What were they to do about their Judaistic practices? The early Christian communities outside Israel were majorly Jewish settlers, previously practicing Judaism. They had the Old Testament writings, the writings of Moses, the book of the prophets, and the Psalms. So early disciples of Jesus and early followers of the way, the Lord Jesus, and of the church were Jews already with a Judaistic background. And of course, Jesus himself came to fulfill the scriptures. He came to fulfill the Jewish scriptures. Early in the life of the church, in the movement of the followers of Jesus, not everyone understood how Jesus featured in the new, in light of Old Testament, the writings of the Jews, their Old Testament scriptures. So most of the early church had not resolved all of their theological teaching, and there were still lots of people, adherents to Judaism, who were confused regarding the teachings about Jesus. What were they to do about their Judaistic practices? What were they to do with the practice of Sabbath, food laws, circumcision, clean and unclean, all of those laws? What were they supposed to do? Now that we're talking about Jesus, okay, who had died. So from the Jewish perspective, no one expected the Messiah to die on a Roman cross. The message and the celebration of the Christian faith, he is risen. To the Jews, the Messiah on a Roman cross looked shameful. To the Greeks and to the Romans, what was the point? Why are you worshiping somebody that we can kill? So the result of this is that there were numerous debates and arguments among the Jews about Jesus. And this was very concerning and confusing to the Romans, who really didn't understand what was going on. But they could tell that the people of the Jewish origin constantly seemed to be arguing among themselves and even having riots and fights break out about religious matters, breaching public order.